Okay, everybody. I'm here and I'm going to make picks. And here's the first pick. It's tonight's game, actually. It's Marshall, who has been playing really well. It's in Appalachian State. It's going to be close. It could go either way. Marshall's pretty good, but I'm going to go with Appalachian State at home. Okay. Middle Tennessee at Charlotte. Charlotte's playing really well, and they're home. I'm going with them. I got Charlotte. Wake Forest at Virginia. Wake Forest played really well last week, but this time they're in Virginia. I'm going with Virginia. Liberty at Syracuse. I'm going with Liberty. No, just kidding, Rob. I'm going with Syracuse. Rob's right. They need it. They took a whacking last week to Rutgers. They're home. They'll beat them. Yeah.
Thank God you said that, Bob. Thank you very much.
I didn't know you were still listening, Rob. I did not know.
I heard that one, Bob. I couldn't resist.
Okay. I'll see you, Rob. Okay. So I'm down with Syracuse beating Liberty. I got that. Fresno State's going to beat UNLV easily. They're really good, and the quarterback he's going to be a pro player. I can tell you right now, he's really good. Assuming he's healthy, he did hurt the ribs. He bruised them. You know, he was throwing the ball wincing and still throwing strikes. So I'm sure they're going to tape him up and do whatever they got to do to get him out there. I got Fresno State. Either way, they'll beat UNLV at home, even if he doesn't play. New Hampshire, Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh lost last week. I got Pittsburgh. They score a lot, actually. I got Pittsburgh. Bowling Green at Minnesota. Boise State at Utah State. I saw the point spread. I think Utah. I don't know if Boise's favored. I think Utah. It's close. I think Utah's slightly favored. I'm going with Utah State. FIU at Central Michigan. FIU is pretty good. Central Michigan, though. They're home. LSU at Mississippi State. Oh, good game. I don't know if the quarterback is back for Mississippi State. I'm going Mississippi State. They're home. And LSU is on and off, up and down. So, yeah, I'm going to go Mississippi State. Missouri at Boston College. The college is pretty good. And Missouri's good. Maybe Missouri in this one. In a close one. It is in Boston. So they could win. You never know. Notre Dame at Wisconsin. Interesting game. Wisconsin, not a good quarterback, not a good coach. Notre Dame on the road, not a good defense. They're 12th ranked. Notre Dame. I'll go with the upset in Wisconsin, but this one, Notre Dame could win. I don't trust Wisconsin at all. But they're home, and they're still ranked. I don't know why, but they're still ranked. And Notre Dame's ranked because they're Notre Dame, and they're always worth football power. But I'm going with Wisconsin in an upset. Miami, Ohio at Army. They're good. Villanova at Penn State, and they made me look good last week. They won. Penn State, they're home. They're gonna beat Villanova. It's not basketball. It's football. Penn State. Ohio at Northwestern. Northwestern is not all that good. Ohio, pretty good, but I'll go with Northwestern because they're home you can't lose them all. That's what I always say. Richmond at Virginia Tech. SMU at TCU. Texas Tech against Texas. Good game. Texas is home. Texas Tech is pretty good. Texas in a real close one. Georgia at Vanderbilt, Georgia. Wagner at Temple. Temple's terrible. I'm going to go with Wagner. Why not, right? They're on the road, but Temple's bad, so I'm going with them. Central Connecticut against Miami, Florida. Miami, Florida is not. They're not ranked anymore. They've lost a few times already this year. They're not very good. Sure, not as good as I thought they might be, but they'll win this one. Central Connecticut at home. They'll win it. I got Miami. Massachusetts at Coastal Carolina. They're not bad. San Jose State at Western Michigan. San Jose State's not bad. Western Michigan. Texas State at Eastern Michigan. I got Eastern Michigan here. Toledo at Ball State. I guess Ball State. And that one's close. Washington State at Utah. They're going to win this week. I can tell you that. Maine at Northern Illinois. Louisville at Florida State. Ooh. Florida State's terrible. I'm going to go with Louisville. They're home, Florida State, but Louisville is good. They can score. Wyoming at Connecticut. Connecticut's lousy. UTSA, that's San Antonio, Texas San Antonio, against Memphis. In a close one. Texas San Antonio is pretty good, though. Texas A&M against Arkansas, and both are ranked, by the way. like Arkansas at home, but A&M's good though. You got a good quarterback. Townsend at San Diego State. San Diego State. Rutgers at Michigan. For Rob, I'm going to pick Rutgers. No, I'm picking Michigan. But if Rutgers wins, he's going to get it. I'll tell you right now. I'm going to let him have it. Kent State at Maryland. Iowa State at Baylor. Iowa State's good. They're ranked. Baylor's home. I'll go with Iowa State on the road, which, I'm not a big road guy, but I'll go with them. Baylor's pretty good, but Iowa State's ranked. I'll go with them. Illinois, Purdue. Colorado State at Iowa. Clemson at NC State. NC State, I think they're going to beat them. Clemson's not very good, and they're not. They're only ranked because they're Clemson. They're not ranked because they're good. NC State. Kansas at Duke. Kansas is pretty lousy. Georgia State at Auburn. Auburn's going to get revenge from last week's loss at Penn State. Auburn. Arkansas State at Tulsa. Tulsa. Louisiana, Georgia Southern. UCLA at Stanford. I'm UCLA, so I'm picking us. Are we going to win? Well, we're still ranked technically. We're 24th according to this. That's Stanford. Stanford's got that change of quarterback, and he's really good. It's on the road. Stanford's tough. They could give us all we can handle. If we can't stop them on their offense, they're going to give us a hard time. They could even beat us. I'm going UCLA, but I'm not surprised if Stanford pulls it. But UCLA has to play better D. And our quarterback has to play better and not fumble it. If he didn't fumble it last week, we would have beat Fresno State. Or missed the guy wide open on the 20-yard line. Zellage, our soon-to-be NFL tight end. Wide open he was, and he missed him. You can't do that. I know that I said UCLA the quarterback has to give them a little bit. But last week was too little. You got to play a little better than that. And their defense has to step up this week. And I think they'll play better. I mean, they can't play much worse. They let Fresno walk right down the field on them, like 3 times in the fourth quarter. That's unacceptable. I got UCLA in a close one, but I can see Stanford pulling that out on the upset at home. Charleston Southern at East Carolina. Buffalo at the Old Dominion. Buffalo's good, though. I like them. They almost won last week at home. They only lost by 3 points. Texas Southern at Rice. Tough one. Texas Southern. Nebraska at Michigan State. I like Nebraska. They're better than people thought, though. But I got Michigan State here. K-State and Oklahoma State. K-State's ranked. Oklahoma State is not. They are home. Oklahoma State. Navy at Houston. North Texas at Louisiana Tech. Tennessee at Florida. They're really a lot better than I thought. And they actually showed some kinks in Alabama's armor. If Alabama doesn't play better offense, they could be in trouble. They could lose because their defense is not much better than last year. It's just their offense was so amazing. They would give up 35, 40 points a game, Alabama, and score 50, and they beat you. If they can't score 50 this year and their defense doesn't play better, they're going to lose somewhere along the line. And, and so much and I even bought this, they got the best. I didn't buy this totally, but, they got the best recruiting class ever. I find that hard to believe at Alabama, but I thought, well, they're going to be pretty good at least, And so far, their defense has not shown that. Their offense is good, though. I just wonder how good. We'll see. We'll see how good this quarterback is as compared to Mac Jones last year. But I do get Alabama against Southern Miss, obviously. Oh, I'm sorry. I skipped 1 or 2 or 3. No, Kentucky at South Carolina. South Carolina this time. Kentucky's decent, but I got South Carolina. West Virginia and Oklahoma. Oklahoma's not. They're good, but they're not great at all. And West Virginia can give them a run. Nebraska gave them a run. If this game was in West Virginia, I might pick West Virginia. I'm leaning Oklahoma. I guess I'll give it to them, but I can see West Virginia taking them out. Like I said, Alabama over Southern Miss, Alabama. North Carolina at Georgia Tech. I got Georgia Tech, even though North Carolina's ranked. It's in Georgia Tech. They can score in Georgia Tech. I think they're going to beat them. I really do. Okay. Akron at Ohio State. Gee, play somebody. When you did play somebody, you lost. You lost Oregon. Ohio State will win. UAB at Tulane. They're pretty good. Troy at UL Monroe. Indiana at Western Kentucky. Indiana's not that great. Maybe Western Kentucky at home. in a flip game, go either way. Hawaii, which I thought was going to win last week, they didn't. New Mexico State. FAU at Air Force. FAU is pretty good though. UTEP at home against New Mexico. UTEP. Cal at Washington. Washington's not very good at all. Neither is Washington State. Cal, well, I'm going with Washington. It's on the road. It's in Washington. So Southern Florida, BYU. Southern Florida did win last week though. They did win, which I picked them. Colorado at Arizona State. Arizona State's supposed to be pretty good. Colorado hasn't won a game yet, I don't think. Maybe Arizona State in a close one. Oregon State at SC. They played really well after starting slow and after having that scare on the runway with the plane. But they'll win this week. They're home. They got Oregon State. Arizona on the road against Oregon. Oregon's going to crush them. And that's my my college picks. Let me go back for 1 second, though. I want to see where I left off with Florida. Okay. Now we're going to go to my pro picks, and let me get it up. Here it is. Tonight is Carolina, who hasn't lost yet, at Houston. Houston's playing their third string guy, but Carolina's on the road. Maybe Houston in a flip game. Maybe Carolina could go either way. I'm going to go with Houston in a close one. They're playing their third string guy, and I don't even know who the third string guy is. So I can see Carolina. They're playing really well. They're a pretty good team. But I'm going to go with Houston in an upset, even though they're home. They're not favorite, I'm sure. Or if they are, I'm shocked. Cincinnati at Pittsburgh. What happened to Pittsburgh last week? I mean, they lost to the Raiders at home. I didn't see that coming. Cincy's a lot better, but I think Pittsburgh will win this time they have to. If they don't win this week, then you got to start looking at, is Ben starting to get too old? They're starting to say that already. So I don't know, but I think Pittsburgh will win. Chicago, Cleveland. They'll kill them. They're going to kill them. Colts at Tennessee. I like Tennessee. Colts, I think they haven't won a game, I believe. I believe they haven't. And Tennessee, they did lose their first game, but they rebounded nice last week. They're home this week, and I think they're going to win. New Orleans at New England. Tough game to pick. New Orleans look great at home. They look terrible on the road their second week. It's in New England. Maybe New England in a close one. Washington, Buffalo. I love you, Taylor Henneke. You're in Buffalo, though. In Buffalo, as I said they would, whitewashed Miami and even hurt Tua. He's out this week. He has fractured ribs. Buffalo's going to beat Washington. I don't think it's going to be close. Baltimore, Detroit. Detroit hasn't gotten a win. Baltimore got lucky last week that Kansas City fumbled. They should have kept throwing the ball. They would have beat them. And they got lucky on a illegal contact call, too, which was ridiculous. Because, Jackson got sacked. Kansas City should have won that game. It was home. He blew it. I'm going to go with Detroit. Baltimore ain't what you think they are. As long as they can sort of control Lamar and they can beat them, they're home. So I'm going to go with them. Chargers at KC, great game. Chargers should have won last week. The ref did it to them again. Somebody don't like the Chargers. They got shafted last year a couple times. They got shafted last week. They had Dallas beat. I'm going to Kansas City. They're home. I'm going with Atlanta, the Giants. Atlanta's pretty bad. They did play a lot better, though, in Tampa Bay, which makes me wonder about Tampa Bay's D. They scored a lot of points. But I'm going with the Giants in a close one. They're home. Arizona, Jacksonville. Arizona on the road. Jacksonville, they haven't even won a game. Jets at Denver. Jets are really bad. I think that's the first time I've ever seen a quarterback throw 4 interceptions in the first 4 passes of a game. He was just terrible. Wilson looked scared. He really looked scared. And the Jets look terrible. I got Denver at home. Miami at Vegas. They should have beat Miami last year in Vegas. They played last year out there. And this week there's no Tua. But even if there was a Tua, I would have picked the Raiders because I don't believe in Miami's offense. Their defense is good. Their offense is not very good. The quarterback is overrated. I'm talking about Tua. And Brissett's a backup for a reason. I got Vegas. Seattle, Minnesota. They haven't looked all that. They didn't look all that bad last week. The first week they did. I got Minnesota at home. They got to win one game. I got Minnesota. Seattle didn't look good last week on the. I think they played on the road. But I got them losing. So to Minnesota. Tampa Bay, the Rams, good game, but the Rams have no D. I'm sorry. Let me try that again. Good game. Tampa has no D. I got the Rams at home, but if it comes down to the end, I got Brady every week, anywhere. But I got the Rams. I think they're going to beat Tampa. I don't think Tampa's going to go undefeated. And not with that defense they hate. All Brady or no Brady. Green Bay, Frisco, San Francisco at home. I got them. And Philly at Dallas. They're going to smoke them. They're actually really pretty good. I got Dallas. So that's my picks, folks. Pro and college. Hope you like our show. Keep watching and like and subscribe. Tell everybody you know to do that. And we do have stars coming on. Oh, believe me, we do. It looks like I'm going to go down to LSU. And I know that we had on, and he's not on here, but we had on Dale Brown. They're going to name the stadium after him. And he was my first guest ever. We're going to go down there, and I know Shaq's going to be there. We're going to try to interview the two of them together. So we're going to get down there. And so please keep like and subscribe. And if the girl I met last night talks to Luke Garza, please watch my show. Talk to Luke. Get him to come on. I'm a big fan of his. I loved him at Iowa. I wanted the Celtics to take him. They didn't because Detroit picked him first. And then, there were rumors that he was going to go second round. I knew he was a first rounder. Guy's an amazing player. He's going to dominate the league, dominate down low. He's a 24-point-a-game scorer in college, 24-4 actually. And I think he has like 9 or 10 rebounds a game. He's really good. He's going to be great with them. By the way, Detroit Pistons got a great draft. They really did. But that's it for our show. Like, subscribe, watch, tell everybody. And this is Bob Spino for the Sports Show with Bob Spino. Signing off. Have a nice night, everybody. And we'll see you soon.